Hello everyone. You joined me at Durham today because we'll be going on the INTERCITY 225 back to London King's Cross in standard class. Anyways, on to the intro. So yeah, hello once again. As I said earlier, I will be taking a LNER INTERCITY 225 down to London King's Cross in standard class. Surprisingly, we are not just taking a normal LNER livery, well, the locomotive really. However, we are riding 91111, which is the, lest we forget, oh, we got TPE service. So yeah, well, we are taking, so the locomotive is a Class 91 with Remembrance Day livery. So yeah, unfortunately it's not going to be at the front and it's going to be at the rear, but I'll still try and get a picture or a small shot of it. Here we got some departure screens, and we got a TPE, Transpennine Express 802, going to Liverpool Lime Street. In here you can, is the main concourse and that stuff, so yeah. Anyways, we'll watch this train depart for Liverpool Lime Street. There it goes, 802, 202, Transpennine Express, Nova 1 down to Liverpool Lime Street. And there it goes. There is this LNER AZUMA, which I've actually reviewed. That was actually my first ever train review from London King's Cross to Edinburgh Waverley. So you should go and check that out, even though it's not that great. This train is not stopping here. It's also going London King's Cross. So there it goes. So you can see here our train 1839 to London King's Cross. Will be there for us. It's quite good. These LNER stations are quite good. They have sign language on the boards. We are in coach D. I'm not sure what that red means, so I'm hoping it's not busy. And by the way, I was actually supposed to be doing an INTERCITY 225 review back in February in first class from Leeds to London King's Cross, but because of a earlier disruption, my first class wasn't that great to review. So I'm doing it now, but it's a standard class. But oh well, it is what it is. So we have a 7-car train, and we'll be near the 92111 locomotive, lest we forget. There we go, there's a cross-country 220, the refurbished one, arriving into Durham.
Glasgow Central.
Glasgow Central.
Has 4 coaches.
I actually predicted it before the train came, and I was going to bring the refurbished one. This livery is okay, but they can add a bit more detail. Haven't been on cross country ever, But I hope I do one day. But I heard it's not that great. Our train, which is 1839 service, will be coming in around like 7 to 10 minutes. Right, there goes this refurbished cross-country 220 Voyager down to Glasgow Central. Our one should be coming anytime soon. Right, our train has now been announced, so it'll be arriving shortly. If you didn't know, 225 sets have returned up to the north towards Newcastle only after like 6 years. So since lockdown, hasn't been going up north to Newcastle since now. Anyways, we'll just wait for this, our 225 set to come. There you can see is our 225 set coming in from Newcastle. This is just a driving trailer. However, the 91-111, lest we forget, loco is at the rear. We are near it. This is the third time I've rode on a 225. Yeah, this is just a driving trailer. Before the AZUMAs, people used to take these. And then this is our carriage. The loco is back there. Anyways, this is our carriage. I mean, this is not our carriage actually. Turns out is actually maybe it is. Yeah, this is our carriage. Mark 4 carriages. These do not have automated announcements and are made by the train manager. Just wait for it to get off and then we'll get on. Right now we're getting on. I will take a picture in the end of the anyways, so Ex-Virgin trains, by the way. I'll give you a seat review in a second as soon as we depart. There we go, we're departing Durham. A few minutes late, unfortunately. It was probably because of that AZUMA. Anyways, I'll do a seat review in a second. Anyways, onto the seat review. So we got our QR code if you want to get journey information or if you want to get food to your seat. We got a very large tray table. Fair amount of legroom. A plug. It's not by the It's not underneath the seat. Here we go. Some old Virgin Trains branding, the font. And this really comfortable seat. It's better than the AZUMAs, of course. And then we got seat reservations, but it's in a different place. And we got our seat numbers. And that's it for the seat review. There is no automated announcements, so it's made by the onboard manager. So yeah. This is some of the view after leaving Durham a few minutes ago. It's very scenic, of course. The East Coast Main Line. This train is going to be calling at, I actually forgot, it's like Northallerton, Darlington, York, Grantham, and then randomly stopping at Stevenage and then King's Cross. And at King's Cross I will show you the 91-111, unless we forget locomotive, so yeah. So now we are arriving into the first stop of my journey, basically, which is Darlington, Great British Railway branded station, or just the entrance. These are some of the platforms. I know the windows are dirty and is focusing more on that. So there's a main station there, and then there's two side platforms. If you're a person that plays British Railway on Roblox, you can easily tell that this is Norrington Station, and the platforms are on the other side. So yeah. There we go, slowly leaving Darlington. So I think the next stop for this one will be Northallerton. We got this random maintenance train, Network Rail. I won't film all of the stations we stop at, to be honest, but so I won't film Northallerton, but I'll be filming York, of course, like the big stations basically. This is some of the view before entering York. And speaking about York, sorry, I've made a train review, Grand Central train review last year, which actually reached 1,000 views earlier this year, and is now at like 1.1k views, so thank you very much for that. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it, because that's my most popular long form video on my channel. Anyway, so we're going to be arriving into York soon. This is some of the view. Still some nice scenery. All green. The windows are dirty, like I said earlier. It's not a fan of that. Right now we're arriving into York. You're gonna see, oh, we got TPE, Trans-Pennine Express depot. Now we got the National Railway Museum, which I've actually been inside like last year in April. And now we're entering the station. I do like York Station. It's a really good station. It's really nice. Tons of platforms. Here we got a Northern Class 170. Main concourse, Northern 158. And we can see a cross-country Voyager, which is actually out of service. There we go, we're leaving York. And I think our next stop is going to be Grantham. And then after Grantham, and we're going to be stopping at Stevenage, and then finally back in London. We're surprisingly not, usually LNER trains stop in Doncaster, but we're not. Probably because that wants to Edinburgh actually stop. Anyways, apologies about the sun. And yeah, that's everything for now. Right, so it's been a while since we've left York. Arriving to Grantham soon. Well, probably we are going to be stuck at red signal now. Since we're moving quite slow. Anyways, so turns out we're 5 minutes late since the train kind of left Newcastle a bit late. Yeah, we keep on slow. I think we're going to be held here for a bit. Hopefully we're going to be moving shortly.
Luckily, not too much of a delay, so we'll be now on the move as planned. Still a little bit of congestion further south, so we could pick up some small delays into Grantham and then London King's Cross due to the build-up of trains. However, the line is reopened, the fault has been fixed, so the next calling point will be Grantham now in about 20 minutes time.
Alright, so now we're back on the move, luckily. Luckily we're not going to be sitting here for hours. I think there was like a signalling problem at Peterborough, so yeah, but at least we're moving, but in a slow way. So it's been a while since we have left Grantham. I'm not gonna show it unfortunately because this is gonna be quite a long video and I don't want anyone else like thinking that I'm just yapping or whatever. So I'm just going to skip when we arrive into King's Cross or something like that. So yeah. Right, we're now arriving into London King's Cross after like almost 50 minutes of delay. Finally got home down in London. I'll quickly show you the locomotive at the back, which is 91111, and then I'll finish the video. Oh, here's a Great Northern, class 379, getting nationalised on 31st of May. So rest in peace, Great Northern, being a private operator. Made the series as well, so you should go and check that out. Anyways, we have just arrived into London King's Cross. I'll show you the locomotive once I get out. Right, I've now got off the train. I'll show you the locomotive quickly and then I'll clock off for the day. Since I want to go home after staying in this train for a long time. So this is the locomotive, 91111 for the fallen, lest we forget.
Have been reported in this station and on board trains recently. Our staff are working with the police to gather.
And this is the livery of this train. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Apologies if I couldn't show any other stations, but yeah, I didn't want to make it that long for everyone. So yep, that is it for tonight or today, whenever you're watching it. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, whether that's a train review or not. And goodbye. Captain Ben 007 out from London King's Cross.